and bonjour. Today is a Bruno and Daniel show, direct from San Diego. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great first start of the day. I'm already 15,000 steps in, and I met a lot of people. So,
A- And somehow I got myself a little bit outside of the San Diego Convention Center for lunch. Had a very nice lunch with a bunch of oncologists. And yeah, we are at the AACR, of course, cancer conference. And we're going to talk about our experience here. And also, we're going to talk about how LARVOL CLIN can help in preparing and supporting people, whether they are pharma or otherwise, during such a conference. So, Daniel is going to first give us a little, you're going to show us a little bit around first, and then we're going to go through the platform, right?
I'll do a quick on the spot show and tell, flipping my camera kind of dad video style. Here we go. There we are. I always like to comment on the design of these conferences. AACR, it's a very weird distribution. Very weird distribution. There's
Distribution of what?
of the exhibit hall. There's
Oh,
three islands of booths, right? There's three islands of booths, but they're separated
yes.
by posters. So it's really
It's like
you're
an
gonna get your
inverted
steps in.
sandwich.
You're gonna get your steps in. This
Okay,
is a
sounds
this is a
good.
burger. It's a burger.
It's a deconstructed inverted burger. All right.
But
Okay, that sounds
it's
good.
pretty constructed. But
Constructed. I'm trying to be constructive here. You know, there's one thing that I have to admit about, I'm worrying about something, about why do I like to go to convention centers so much? I think it has to do with the glue, the smell of the glue. Maybe I'm addicted to the smell of the glue. What do you think? That's a scary idea, isn't it?
I think that's like a class B substance. So I would go get yourself checked.
I think I will. Yeah, I think I need help. All right. So on that
Yeah,
note, I'm going to pass the microphone to you. I'm going to stay mostly on mute and let you admire the beautiful, beautiful marina here in San Diego. And we're going to go through, I think, mostly one of the top disclosures so far. Actually, before that, let me say something. Um, Today and yesterday, I was discussing with a lot of oncologists about what happened with revolution medicine. And I want to pause for a second and say how extraordinary it is when all of a sudden a patient population with such a high unmet need as pancreatic cancer doubled its survival. Now, you could say, well, it doubles it from 6 months to 12 months in second line, but it's a big, big deal. Nothing has done that in pancreatic cancer. And we are in the game of small incremental steps, bending the curve, one element at a time. And this is not a small step by oncology standard. The hazard ratio was zero point 0.4, and the stock went up 40%. So we found a new correlation. The hazard ratio and the percentage of increase in the stock is correlated. End of one. We found a way to invest in the stock market. So I wanted the joke apart just to acknowledge the hard work that all of the researchers are doing, and this is a big deal. And hopefully we'll have more news, probably not to that nature, in the next couple of days. Back
absolutely.
to you.
Uh, so just to give you guys a quick walkthrough, this is I'm on CLIN. I went to the conference to have I click on AACR, and then what we're looking at is we're looking at a general analytics kind of playbook of what's going on at the conference. Now, everything you're looking at now is pre-conference buzz, right? Stuff that was released yesterday is here, but we can assume that this is pre-conference buzz. Like officially, AACR started yesterday midday. There's been a couple sessions already, and then the exhibitor hall opened a couple hours ago, 3 hours ago. So we're really going to see this evolve more and more as the conference progresses. And then at the end of the conference, we'll have a clear picture of who said what, who did what, and then what was popping and buzzing on AACR this year. So if we look at here, the top trials by X-Posts, right? We can see, I think this is Revolution Medicine. Yep, this is Revolution Medicine. Incredibly, there's quite a bit of negative buzz. This is Revolution.
Well, this is not
Oh
the,
no,
the
that's not
successful
it.
one. This
but
is not
yeah,
302. This is
that's not 302. That's
no,
001.
that's a different one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But so that one got a bit of a mixed review. Now, of course, we don't have a lot
Pretty
of
heavily
commentary
mixed
yet.
review.
Let's see what people are saying.
Yeah, well, should be similarly excited for a high dose of vitamin C and PDAC? No? I like that one.
So essentially, the trial failed. Okay, that trial did not meet primary endpoint. I
PCR
guess.
is not a number. It's a number met at an unspecified time in an unspecified population. The unspecified sensory rules you have reported as a function as a scalar. There's a mutilation of time to event variables.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
Wow.
We don't. That's not a good idea. So, what I'm interested in is I'm wondering, and maybe Shahir can check as we speak, whether or not from the early increase in the stock price due to the previous trial that was announced, whether these lukewarm/negative trial reduce the stock price. Can you check that,
Well,
Shahir? I'll be curious
I,
to know
I,
that.
I, actually, there's an interesting little pattern here, right? So I'm on the positive commentary. There's no strongly positive commentary for this trial, but
Right.
on the positive commentary, it's pretty well solid, right? Dr. Amal is here, Dr. Jakob is here. But if we go to the negative one, most of it is coming from Dr. Bolton.
Oh, no. Okay, okay. Dr. Bolton again. Yes, yes, yes. My friend, Dr. Bolton. So, Dr. Bolton is is a radiation oncologist who is very opinionated. Is talking usually very critically about everything. So, he, because we count the number of individual tweets that are negative, and we have so few tweets, this is a bit of an artifact. This is a bit of an
It
artifact.
is. It is a bit of an artifact. We'll see how this evolves, kind of as more tweets are captured. I hope that this will grow a little bit more today and tomorrow, when more people get time to like kind of put their thoughts out there on social media, and then we get time to capture it. Although it does have a pretty decent 45 impact score, so that was ultimately not as much as a flop as the graph says. Right, but as you can see, CLIN gives you a really nice picture of what's going on. If you're attending the conference, if you're not attending the conference, this will give you all the talking points, all the important parts, like where did the buzz happen, or the releases that your competition, your competitors, or your peers kind of have put out there. What is general commentary for them? Are they well received? Are they things that maybe we overlooked when doing the trial design? Was the picking of the population correct for it? Was there something on the results that might kind of skew or bring down the fact that, let's say, overall survival went up? Yeah, oh yeah, overall survival went up, but toxicity also doubled. So nobody's going to use that. This gives you a really, really nice picture of all of that. And we can see over here, Dr. Bolton, right? Bright red line, a lot of negative commentary on this conference. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that kind of grow up.
Right. Someone, if someone who listens to us knows Dr. Bolton, he needs a hug. You need to give him a hug. You need he needs a little bit of emotional support because something is really bothering him, and it just needs a lot of support.
I agree.
We need an intervention.
Something really interesting. There's something really interesting. I was playing around here with the graphs. So one of the things I like to do when I'm looking at these graphs over here is to play with what the previous years brought versus this one, right? We've got around 3 years of historical data for these conferences. We will have more as time progresses, right? But as you can see here, last year's big buzz was Foundation One, the CDX, right? Kind of tied with Gardner's 360 CDX. This year, Prosigna, completely new diagnostic, is getting all the buzz. So you can really see where the new stuff is and what the new stuff that you should be looking at is early on, right? This was probably released yesterday or this morning, and there's already quite positive like abstracts and commentary on it. So very, very nice to see all of this and be able to get it at a glance on this analytics tab by just comparing with the previous years.
Actually, stop on that for a second. So Prosigna is capturing the buzz in terms of what? In terms of the diagnostic products, or in terms of
No, this is
all of the
sorry,
trials?
the diagnostic products, diagnostic product, and this is the number of trials that they have for it.
Okay.
They've
Okay.
got 3 abstracts for it, but they had nothing on the years before. And I'm sure if we go to find their trials up here, they're going to be quite buzzing once the data is released. Because
Okay. Got it.
yeah, and I also need to understand what happened today with Tempest, because their booth was extremely busy. Extremely
Oh,
busy. And they don't have a copy machine, so it was not that. We'll
so
have to
we'll have
see.
to figure it out. Yes.
Today at 7 p.m. local time, we'll be able to see on our conference sites kind of what happened, if they released anything. I'm not following any of Tempest's releases or publications today, so we'll see.
So tell us about the heat map at the bottom right of your screen there. So that's another view. Now, of course, it's only sparsely populated right now, and in a couple of days we'll have a full picture. By the way, one thing we do for our customers is that at the end of every day of the conference, we send an analysis of how all of the disclosures were perceived by KOLs, especially on X. And we do the same at the end of the conference. So this is a way to extremely quickly get a sense that is relatively objective, because it's not one person's opinion. It's all of the oncologists that we track, and we track essentially all of them that are somewhat active and sharing their opinion on Twitter. So what do we have here with that heat map?
So I think, as you mentioned, it's very sparsely populated. We're going to see this change quite a bit over the next following days, starting kind of today in the evening. But this will give you an idea of who's saying what and what are they saying about that particular trial, just at a glance, right? This will really give you the idea of, okay, Dr. Bolton is throwing a lot of shade on RMC 6236, right? Oh, Dr. Amal really liked that trial. He put 2 positive tweets, and he's only done 3 tweets total, right? And look, Dr. Liu really liked Checkmate 717. So this will give you a clear picture of who's saying what, right? If you're trying to understand who the big influences in the space are, who's getting the most views, who's putting out the most commentary, who maybe is biased in their commentary because maybe there might be a PI for another of these companies' trials. This will be the place where you can see all of that, right? This will give you a comparison of per trial, per influencer, where is the buzz concentrated, and what is kind of that influencer's pattern of positive to negative commentary across these data releases for the conference.
And now, no commentary so far have been very positive, have been practice-changing level
Nothing.
positive. And in part
Nothing.
because
But
this is AACR, this is not ASCO or ESMO.
Correct. So I think that the type of conference makes up for that. And also, we're fairly early, right? The first sessions were yesterday. So
yeah, understand.
there's a little bit of buzz going on. So we'll see. I don't expect much strongly positive commentary, just in general as a trend for AACR. And I also don't expect much positive commentary because of how this year has been going for pharma in general, right? I don't expect any kind of crazy breakthroughs apart from the one we had yesterday, which, yeah, if you look at it with a very, very large grain of salt, might not be changing much, but doubling OS is crazy.
Do you have anything else to add about AACR? And then we should describe what comes next. What is the next conference? But anything else about AACR?
Nothing to add on AACR, but if you are in the space of maybe breast cancer and you are going to ESMO Breast and you would like to meet with us, say hi, or just maybe get the recaps of the planners, Bruno and Judith will be attending. So reach out to us. We would love to see you there. Or if you see Bruno, he's easy to locate. Stop in,
So
say hi. We're happy to demo, happy to show you.
I pretty much have
We'll give you a free
decided
planner.
yeah, that's right. So say hi. I pretty much have decided to trademark my purple likeness in the field of cancer. That trademark is taken for in basketball, right? That would be Kobe Bryant. In the field of music, all right, that would be Prince, and in the field of movies, that would be the Joker, right? But in the field of cancer, no individual personality has claimed, I think, to be purple clad like this. So I'm going to claim that. I'm going to be the purple guy of cancer. What do you say?
I think you're already the purple guy. If you can claim the trademarks, I'll just add to it.
That sounds good. So thank you very much, Daniel. And if you are at AACR and you see this, please, when you see me or Daniel, he's
If you
also
manage to pick me in the crowd, I have
right.
very
He's out
bright
there.
shoes. I have very
Yes.
bright shoes.
Yeah, extra credit if you if you say hi to Daniel because he's harder to spot. And let's say hello. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Au revoir.